Hey, what's up, guys? Max here. We got the news when it comes to the last and final Hardfire champion, the Cosmic Champion. And let's talk about it because quite a few people are upset. And then we got the other side as well that are just kind of like, okay, yeah, let's give it a go. The upset, and if you're not on that side and you have no idea, the reason comes that it comes from the description and kind of how Kabam set it up for us as players, the anticipation of what each champion was going to be, right? So when they launched this information, it was a shocker. We found out that Nick Fury and Apocalypse were coming into the game as 7 stars, and they announced that each class was going to have a reveal every Friday, every week. And so they've been doing that, and they kind of changed it up at the end because they were following a pattern. And so it was supposed to be Cosmic and then finally Tech. And then they gave us Tech first, which was huge, which was Future Ant-Man. And everybody was surprised on that and still expected a tremendous Cosmic Champion because there is quite a few to pick from. So I was expecting Hercules, but a lot of people were expecting Hulkling or CGR. I think more people had more faith on Hulkling because he felt a little bit more balanced as a 7 star. Like, hey, it's still powerful, but you're gonna have a good time, and it's not gonna be as crazy OP because there's other defenders that he has to kind of work around. And I'll say this: these champions were just mentioned have been really good champions and favorite champions for the community. Now, this is where if you're upset and you're listening to this and you're watching this, I would say give it a minute, give it a few days, and wait on Dark Phoenix. Now, when it comes to the CCP, I have no idea what this Dark Phoenix can do besides of what I've been shown, and like just like you, when it comes to the live stream, when it comes to like the Kabams website and reading the description on Dark Phoenix, that's all I know, when it comes to that champion. So I'm assuming kind of that it's going to be a really good defender. And that's kind of like the concept and build of this champion. Offensively, we saw her showcase, and yes, like 3 special threes is kind of needed to do a full ramp up and then just kind of rotate the damage there when it comes to her. So offensively, she seems like okay. I when it comes to the champion itself, but like defensive, it's kind of what Kabam mentioned and hinted to this champion. We even looked her up inside the website, like I was just mentioning, and inside her kit, I think the one mechanic which kind of pairs with her awaken ability is going to be this safeguard. So the safeguard, which is going to be an extremely staller kind of tactic mechanic that you can use for battlegrounds, is going to be kind of why she shines. And if you're going to be going all the way when it comes to the event, you're going to get her. And we'll talk about that right now. But I just wanted to talk about how like people probably are upset about this. And the reason why I'm saying wait on the anger or the frustration on, hey, you didn't get the CGR, or you didn't get the Hulkling, I didn't get the Hercules, is because when those champions came out, we didn't know what we had available to us or what was being presented to us, right? And they became very favorite cosmic champions. And that's kind of like the situation here when it comes to the Dark Phoenix. We don't know yet what's in front of us, whether this is going to be a very great addition to the game overall, or if it just flops. Now, if it flops, I'm with you. Why would they do this? It's just dumb. They should have just gave us a cosmic champion. And that's one of the guaranteed known really good OP S tier type of level of a champion. So, but I have a bit of faith that the Dark Phoenix is actually going to be a really good overall pick for the players that are going to push all the way. Now, I think part of the also we got to cover here, people being upset, is the fact that she's not going to be part of the crystal. No, this is the first time that they do this kind of setup. And the last prior ones, it was every single champion was part of a crystal or part of a key box, or they were available for you to get. And so it was still based on RNG. It was nothing guaranteed. And so because of that, you were just kind of like, all right, what do I get? Like, I'm just going to spin it out. So it's a lot of RNG. So whether she's not available as a in the crystal or an RNG loot box, kind of this key feature, I forget what they called it. And as a final milestone, I actually appreciate that. 2 reasons. Because it gives you something rewarding for reaching the final milestone. And I know most players are probably going to be like, that's a lot of units. And I think for most people, playing the game that are just not knowing about these events or weren't in the loop about these events or didn't prepare for these events are not as happy because this one is going to cost between we were saying 30 to 37,000 units. And if you don't have those units, we were doing some conversions yesterday. It's about $1,000 to $1,200. So $1,000 to $1,200. It's not something that you're just gonna I'll spend it, especially when you don't know what the grand prize is and how it's gonna pay off. Dark Phoenix, we have no idea. Now, if it would have been like a Hercules, I think anybody would have been like, "You got my $1,200." Not everybody, but like players would be very open to giving Kabam the money. So my expectations and my kind of level of anticipation might be misdirected and might be in the wrong place here. But I expect to Dark Phoenix to be at that level of a champion. Now, if they don't, give me that, then I am gonna be pretty like bummed out and upset and just be like, okay, you got my units, you got my cash. Why are you giving me this crappy champion? And like I would rather have the Groot that you kind of teased with. And I thought that was pretty funny. At first, though, I did not because I really thought it was true. But afterwards, I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of my situation and my placement here when it comes to the Dark Phoenix and the Heartfire. We don't know what we have yet. And we're kind of jumping the gun on being like upset at the fact that what if it's a really good champion? What if it's one of those champions you're like, damn, we have to have that champion. So, and I hope that's the case. Now, and the people being upset that is a milestone, not a part of the crystal. It's still RNG, guys. So like, regardless, I think when it comes to this event and it repeats itself, and Kabam already said it's a copy of the last event with a little tweak. I would say these events require the player base to spend. Usually it's cash. This one's going to be spending units. So, and if this repeats itself again in 2026, remember, start packing, start grinding, start building your stash. Don't spend your units. We had a lot of temptation offers on the first month of the year. I said no to them. If you said yes to them and spend your units, then yeah, here we go. Come to this event well prepared. And it won't be as bad and it won't feel as bad. But if you're not, then yes, $1,000+ is not what you want to be doing right now for like MCOC. Now, how they're setting it up, you see some key highlights. I want to point that out. These are key highlights. This is not exactly everything that's going to be part of the Heart of Fire. I think this is what Mike Rex said he put this slide together. So these are just kind of like some of the things he feels like are very important. There's still quite a few things missing. There was a lot of milestones in the prior event. So I assume there's going to be still other stuff that involved in there. But the 2 copies of the Dark Phoenix as the final milestone, the Champion and Awaken, kind of goes in theme with what Kabam sells in values or 7 stars for when it's a brand new champion. We've seen champions being sold for like $500 in the web store, so you spend $500, you get the guaranteed 7-star champion. Here we're spending over $500. If you need the units, you're spending over $1,000. You're going to get this guaranteed champion with the Awaken ability. So that's also a first time seeing. The 3 to 4 Heart of Fire rank up gem is huge. Still rank 4s are coming in very lightly. Is not like a huge amount of rank 4s available right now. You still have to handpick your rank 4s. The fact that it's tied into the 7 champions, you can use that for the Dark Phoenix. You can use that for the Nick Fury. You can use that for the future Ant-Man. There's going to be quite a good selection of champions you can use this for. The Heart of Fire Awakening gem, again, if you're going to go all the way on the Dark Phoenix, you can use that for the Nick Fury that needs it. The 6 stones that are coming along with it, Nick Fury needs them as well. You can use that for him as well. 7-star Heart of Fire crystals, plural. So there's going to be quite a few chances there for us to be able to get these selected 7 champions again. And I'm the other. Okay, that's kind of like the Dark Phoenix situation, right? Here's a couple of things that I would say I am a little bummed about is the animations. It feels like the team did not. They had an opportunity here to create new play styles, new design on the Dark Phoenix. They just slapped a copy paste on the regular Phoenix that has been in the game since like forever, and so that feels kind of lazy, kind of whack. Dark Phoenix, if it's, the chase of the champion, the ultimate reward, $1,000 plus champion, we could have gotten a little bit more work in the animations, at least on the special 1, special 2s. I haven't seen the special 3s. I don't know. I can't say if it's the exact same thing of the fire, but that's kind of bummy. Like you get this is a brand new champion, and it's a copy paste of Phoenix with a better description, and a different look. So why couldn't they just place different specials for her? It would have been great to have that. Okay, but that's the one thing I'm kind of like, when it comes to the Dark Phoenix. But the other thing that I'm actually really happy about, I had it highlighted here, but we kind of moved to the safeguard situation, is as a player that's going to be participating in this event, this gives me an easy like prestige champion rank up. It's got the rank up gem 3 to 4. It's got the 6 stones already, so SIG 200. And it's got and I talk about this because this champion is going to be the number 2 highest prestige champion in the game at the moment. So when it comes to the cosmic class, she's going to be the new number 1. We haven't seen Silver Surfer being dethroned in quite a while. And you can see here, Silver Surfer, a lot of people were in the toss-up between Silver Surfer and the Serpent when it comes to rank ups to rank 4. A lot of people went the Serpent. And if you went the Serpent, if you're that player, dude, you were looking ahead. You didn't know, but you made the right decision. For the people that ranked up Silver Surfer, he is not as he's not the Serpent. He can't do the defensive things the Serpent can do, and offensively, yeah, he's great. But having that extra dual threat kind of a design of a champion, it's always going to win. So you have the Serpent, you took the Serpent, then you're winning. But if you ended up doing the Silver Surfer like I did, then yeah, it kind of sucks. But again, on the other side, it makes it really good because we get all the resources to have the new number 1 prestige champion. And for those that are racing for the prestige, there's quite a few players. We talked about at least 300 players out there when it comes to combined alliances, top 10 alliances in the world that are fighting for like their placement. The top 10, the top 5 is very aggressive. Everybody's ranking for prestige first in the top 5, and then doing the rank ups followed, right? So this is going to be, especially for the top 5, a lot of players are going to be able to spend, and it's just a guaranteed, unit graph from me, as if you're staying in that competitive top 5, or if you want to get an entry into one of those alliances, these are the things you got to do. And so here's the rank up of the Dark Phoenix, guaranteed rank 4, SIG 200. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to be ranking up the other champions. I do have a eye on a selected champion there, myself, excuse me. So, but I didn't want to talk about the prestige. So, giving the fact that this is a easy rank up in that situation, and then I just have to focus and target the next prestige champion whenever it does come out. So that's going to be interesting as well. And that's, like I said, another win for me. But overall, in the entire like cosmic situation, it's a win. I like the whole build up of the classes that they were giving us. Like for me, I'll tell you this. My first, obviously, chase is going to be the Dark Phoenix. I'm looking forward to testing her. Yes, offensively, I kind of saw what she can do already. Defensively, I'm really looking forward to testing her rank 4, putting it in the Battlegrounds deck and seeing if people stop her, if people just shut her down, if they're not supposedly she's supposed to be a staller and the fights are lasting like 30 seconds, 50 seconds, being nuked, by other champions, then okay, yeah, Kabam needs to redo this and immediately kind of like rework this champion, because why are we getting this good defender and when it's not a defender, So I'm looking forward to that. So on May 7th, which I don't know what that lands on, but we're going to be taking her up immediately to rank 4, SIG 200. And I've been playing Battlegrounds a lot this season because of the Radiance, because of the buffs, and everybody's playing Battlegrounds, so you get more matches. So we're going to throw her in there if you want to see her performance, whether it's defensive, offensive. We'll play with her offensively, test her out a little bit. You can definitely stop by on the live stream. So yeah, man, guys, let me know if my point of view maybe changes your process or thought process when it comes to how this event has been laid out. I'm still excited, like I said, for the champions. This is the order of the champions that I'm excited for. It's going to be Dark Phoenix. It's going to be Future Ant-Man. And I would say Abomination and Tiger are combined as maybe top 3. when it comes to the list, and then it's gonna be Nick Fury and then Apocalypse. Now, I put Nick Fury way to the bottom, and the reason why is because he requires that 206 stones, and I'm not gonna give it to him. And so, because of that, I am just gonna go and try to give myself counters for Nick Fury, because there's gonna be players that don't follow the prestige race, and they're going to be taking the Nick Fury to SIG 200 guaranteed, or their future Ant-Man to SIG 200, or the Tigra to SIG 200. All these three champions kind of do fall under the category of needing those SIG 200 to perform at the best, you know? So looking forward to seeing those champions in Battlegrounds across the board. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this one when it comes to the Heart of Fire explanations, and kind of like, again, the reaction and just kind of patience that I'm taking when it comes to this event. But if she flops, I'm there with you guys. Dude, be pissed with my pitchfork planted on the floor. Extremely mad. Take care. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right. Peace.